This call is going to be about goal setting. It's a VIP goal setting call, and really the theme of this call, of these series of calls, is going to be go out and live. Go out and live. One of the philosophies that I have is that I don't believe that you're actually living until you've got a goal. Goals are very essential to a person's life. And I want to say that in the last 12 years of my life, having a goal or having many goals over the last 12 years have been an essential part of what's taking place in my life, the success that we've had, but more importantly, the success that we're going to be having in the future as well. So I would definitely encourage you, and I would say by the end of the next 3 days, you will see the importance of having goals, but you'll also know how to really set those goals, and you'll also know what are some of the things that you've got to do, what are some of the action steps that you've got to take to actually accomplishing your goals, and you're also going to know exactly when the goal is going to happen. You say, well, David, how can you predict the future? I can't predict the future, but I do understand some of the science behind goals and really how you know when it's actually going to take place. But you're going to get that over the next couple of days here, 2 to 3 days, that we're going to be sharing with you. You know, in my journey as an entrepreneur over the last 12 years, literally have met literally hundreds of thousands of people all around the world. And one of the things that I've found that a lot of people really suffer from is really a lack of direction, a lack of a true goal, a lack of having a definite purpose, a chief aim for their lives. And a lot of people have wishes. A lot of people have wants, but those wants are not really musts for their lives. What I'm going to ask you to do over the next 3 days is I want you to treat these calls like a must. I must be on this call. I must share this information with someone else that I care about, that I believe has their personal growth, their personal self-development as a high priority in their life. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. And when you start living your life from the standpoint of these are things that I must do versus things that I should do, because I've met people like that. You know, they should do this and they should do that, and they just kind of shit all over themselves and never really get anything done. What these calls are going to do for you over the next 3 days, it's going to give you a true sense of direction. It's going to give you a path that you can actually walk on. And really my goal at the end of the next 3 days is for you to believe that the goals that you've got written down for yourself, the things that you want to accomplish, the desires, the dreams, the visions that you have for your life, the DVD, the dreams, visions, and desires that you have for your life that you've played over and over and over again and you've visualized over the last year, 5, 10 years, that after the next 3 days you will start to really see that it is possible for you to live out the goals and the dreams that you have for yourself and your family. So I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and really jump right into this right now, and hopefully you're taking, because if you're not taking notes, you're not going to be able to follow along with me. What I want you to do is I want you to take a blank sheet of paper right now, and I want you to draw a pyramid. I want you to draw a pyramid, a triangle. And at the very top of the pyramid, I want you to put what your income goal is. I want you to put what your income goal is. And the first number that comes into your mind, I want you to write it down. Don't think about it. Just the first number that comes to your mind. If it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, if it's 20,000 a month, I want you to put that at the very top of this pyramid. All right, the very first number. All right, no cheating. The very first number that came into your mind. I want you to understand your subconscious mind, which is the God that's inside of you, the one that really gives you all of the answers, the one that steps in when your conscious mind cannot go any further. That subconscious mind will only operate to the level that you have disciplined the conscious mind. So it won't give you anything that you're not prepared for. So if you put $1 million on there at the very top, if you're not prepared on a conscious level to earning $1 million a year or a month, that's not a goal. We're going to really define what a goal is. All right. So if you put a I don't want to say unrealistic, because nothing is unrealistic. But if you put something on there that your conscious mind is not at that level yet, it's really not a goal. Okay, it's really not a goal. One day you'll set that as a goal once you've developed your conscious mind to that level. But let's go ahead with this exercise here. You've got your pyramid at the very top. You put the income goal. Now, goals can come in different forms of fashion. Just tonight, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about income. All right. So let's just say you put $10,000. $10,000 is the number you've got at the very top. Well, I want you to understand, when you look at this, the structure here, the most important part of the structure is the base, is the foundation. So the foundation of your success, how you're going to get to the top of the pyramid, how you're going to get to $10,000 or 20 or 50 or 100, whatever number you put up there, I want you to put YOU. Matter of fact, I want you to put your name. Put your name right there at the base, at the foundation. I want you to understand, hear me very closely, who you are will be the singular, most important element to you achieving the very top of this pyramid. So what I want you to do tonight, I want you to immediately utilize the mirror technique. I want you to utilize the mirror philosophy. And what I mean by that is this. I do not want you to have the window philosophy. There's a big difference between the mirror and the window philosophy. The window philosophy is I'm always looking outward. I'm always looking at whose fault is it? I'm always looking at who is to blame. I'm always looking at what this person did wrong, what this person did right. I'm always looking for reasons outside of myself. The mirror technique, what we're going to use tonight, the mirror philosophy, is that we're going to look at us. I want you to look at you. I want you to look at David. I want you to look at John. I want you to look at Susan. I want you to look at whatever your name is. That's who I want you to look at, because the moment you give that power, and you give power away when you look through the window, now you're saying that this person is in control of my life. Now you're saying this person is going to be the reason why I get out of the situation, because they're the reason I'm in the situation. No. What we're going to do is we're going to look right in the mirror. So I want you to know this, that you're going to be the singular, most important reason for your success. Now, there will be other elements. There will be other things that will come in play, different situations, different events. All right, and obviously we're not going to take the God factor out of this. This is grace that obviously is going to make all of this possible, but I still want you to understand that you, from a natural sense, you are going to be the number one element to you getting to that number that you wrote at the very top. Now, also what I want you to put on the side of the pyramid is whatever industry that you're a part of, the industry, whether it's real estate, whether it's technology, whether it's traditional business, whatever it is, whether it's network marketing, whatever industry you're in is going to play a part in you getting to $10,000 a month. I can tell you, more than likely, it's not going to be a job. All right? It's not going to be a job. It's going to be a particular industry that you're in that allows you to go into business for yourself, allows you to become an entrepreneur, allows you to utilize the power of faith. On the other side of the pyramid, I want you to put whatever company you may be a part of, whatever company maybe you work for that's a part of that industry, okay? That's going to be the other element, the systems, the products, the services, whatever it is that that company offers, the compensation plan, that's also going to play a part in you getting to the top. But let me go back to the foundation, because as you know, the foundation is the most important thing. You say, well, David, what does this have anything to do with goal setting? Well, it has everything to do with goal setting, because you're the person that's going to set the goal. And if you are not right mentally, if you're not right from a mindset standpoint, it's no point in you setting goals. Because right now, you're going to have to make a choice really, really soon, and hopefully you make this choice tonight. You're either going to have to be either play on the rich and wealthy side, or you're going to be playing on the poor and the middle class side. All right? And I want you to understand that I'm not necessarily talking, when I say poor or rich, I'm not just talking about money. I'm really talking about a way of thinking. I'm talking about a path. I'm talking about a consistent way that you operate in life. And what you've got to understand that rich and wealthy people, which only consist of about 3% of the entire world's population, are considered rich or wealthy versus the 97%. And there's a huge difference when it comes to how they think. It's not so much in their education. It's not so much in their background or their upbringing. It's not so much in the economy or who's in office, if it's the Republicans or if it's the Democrats. It has nothing to do with that, but there is a difference in how they think. See, if I asked you how the rich and wealthy people operate and how do they go out and acquire wealth, you would probably tell me they invest or they do real estate or they utilize leverage or they have other people working for them. And those are all correct answers, but I want you to write this down. Rich and wealthy people become rich and wealthy because they have goals. Goals. They have goals. Write this down. They are very, very futuristic in their thinking. Rich and wealthy people are very focused on where they're going, not so much focused on where they are. I'm going to come back to that in a second. What I want you to do is I also want you to look at the poor and the middle class. And as you know, the middle class is being eliminated slowly but surely. Poor and middle class people, typically how they generate income is through a job. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but there is something wrong with only having a job because what you think about the most is your job. When you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about your job because you got to get dressed to get to work. On your way to work, you're thinking about your job because you're thinking, I don't want to go to work today. While you're on your job for those 8 hours, you're still thinking about your job. Hopefully you have a job that requires you to think. When you get off of work, guess what? You're still thinking about your job because you're having a conversation with someone about what happened at your job. What that really shows me is that 97% of the people out there are obsessed. They have a magnificent obsession with their job. Now, understand this. Whatever you think about the most, whatever you're obsessed with the most, you will literally become. This is a law that I learned years ago that completely transformed my life. You become what you think about. You, whatever your name is. So that goal that you wrote down, that income goal, $10,000, you're going to have to make a choice. What am I going to be obsessed with? Rich and wealthy people, they're obsessed with their goals. Poor and middle class people are obsessed with their job. They think about their job. And whatever you think about the most controls your life. Whatever you think about the most dominates your life. Wealthy people think about their goals. Guess what? They become their goals. Poor and middle class people think about their jobs. Guess what? They become their jobs. The house that they live in is determined by their job. The car that they drive is determined by their job. The school that their kids go to is determined by their job. Where they go to dinner is determined by their job. How they look at the menu when they go to dinner and where they go to dinner is determined by their job. Their spouse is determined by the job. Everything is geared towards whatever that obsession is, whatever that thought process is. Rich and wealthy people, and we're going to stay here now, are constantly focused on their goals. Go out and live. So that goal that you wrote down at the very top, $10,000 a month, you're going to have to figure out a way how to make that an obsession. You're going to have to figure out a way to really make that a goal. Now, let me share with you some things, because what I love to do, I've shared this with you before. There are two types of people in this world, people that read the dictionary and people that don't. All right? And I happen to be one of those individuals that read the dictionary. See, guys, I want you to understand something. Having a goal is very different from having a wish. When you look up the word goal and you say, well, what does that really mean? I want to give you the definition. You ready? Goal actually means the object of a person, you, the object of a person's ambition. Write that word down. Underline it 10 times. Ambition. A-M. I am. That's a very powerful word. Ambition. A-M-B-I-T-I-O-N. Goal means the object of a person's ambition or effort. I'm going to say and effort. The object of a person's ambition and effort an aim, or desired result. See, these words are so very powerful. In every single word, there is a secret to your success. Goal. When you say, I have a goal to get to $10,000 a month, my question for you is this. The object, yes, $10,000 a month, but where is your ambition? Where is your effort towards this desired result of $10,000 a month? So here's what I did. I said, let me look up what ambition really means, because we hear it all the time. Oh, he's a real ambitious person. She's a real ambitious person. Well, let's look it up. Ambition says having or showing. I'm going to say having and showing. Write those words down. Having and showing a strong desire and determination to succeed. Okay? Say that again. Having and showing a strong desire and determination to succeed. So, my question for you, the goal that you wrote down, or these goals that you said you have you been showing a strong desire and determination? Because until you show the determination and the desire, it's really not a goal. Because a goal, write this down, a goal requires ambition and effort. That's what goal really means. It says the object of a person's ambition and effort. So that means, to me, a goal requires, it's a must that you must be ambitious and you must put effort. So let's look up effort. Effort is a vigorous. See, I don't want you coming on this call and being with us for the next 3 days and say, hey, listen, you know, I had the goals, David, and it still didn't work out for me. Really? Because I'm telling you on day one that a goal requires you to be ambitious, and it also requires you to put effort. And effort means a vigorous. So how vigorous have you really been towards getting to $10,000 a month, or whatever number you put at the very top? It says a vigorous or determined attempt. Determined attempt, it means energy. Where's your energy level right now? You can't tell me you've got a goal to get to $10,000 a month and your energy level is low. You can't tell me you've got a goal to get to $100,000 a month and your effort is low. Your energy, your work, the application, the labor. Before I go into the steps that you got to take in accomplishing your goals, before we've got to really figure out, do I really have a goal or do I just have wishes? Because here's what most people do. Most people wish for things, and they wish for things based on what they see other people have. Because I see this person live this type of lifestyle, guess what? Now I'm going to make that my goal. And we all sometimes make that mistake because we see someone living in a particular home, or we see someone driving a particular car or living a particular lifestyle. We now adopt that and say, that's my goal. Nothing wrong with being inspired by people that are living at a higher plane. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But you've got to really ask yourself tonight. That's why I said this is the mirror. This is the mirror tonight, right? The goal that I wrote down, the income goal that I wrote down, have I really been vigorous? You know, started coaching a young lady. She is currently right now. She works at Louis Vuitton, but she wants to have her own makeup line. All right, and we started the process of coaching and mentoring, and questions that I would have for her is, well, how vigorous, how much energy, how much work have you really put towards the goal of creating this makeup line? Because if you haven't put any work behind it, if you haven't put any labor behind it, if you haven't put any energy behind it, it's really not a goal. It's just a wish. It's just a should. So before we can now go into the steps of what you need to do to actually set the goal and have certain elements in place that will allow you to actually accomplish the goal, right? You've got to have the ambition, you've got to have the effort, and I'm defining it for you so you can understand that, hey, listen, I've got to have and I've got to show a strong desire, a determination, vigorous. I've got to show energy. I've got to give energy. I've got to work. I've got to apply. I've got to labor, right? It's me being aspiring. It's me being forceful. It's me being energetic. It's me being enthusiastic. It's me being powerful. It's me being hungry. If those elements, those things are not in place, guess what? It's not a goal. It is not an obsession. $10,000 a month, whatever number you put there, has to become the dominating thought of your life. It's got to become the dominating thought of your life. See, when you have a goal, there's some things that a goal will actually do for you. See, goals are very given. They're going to give you what goals do. Goals unleash your power. Write this down. Goals actually give your faith an instruction. See, if you don't have, and see, faith without works is what? Is dead. So for the goal to actually be a goal, it's got to give your faith an instruction. See, what goals will actually do for you, goals will actually unclutter your life of secondary things. Things that would probably matter under normal circumstances. When you've got a goal that you're vigorously going after, that you've got the energy behind, and you've got the work behind, and you've got the labor behind, and you've got the determination behind, and you're forceful, those secondary things don't matter. You start to laugh at challenges because you've got a goal. You know where you're going to be 7 years from now. So you laugh at what's happening right now. You know you're going to be at $10,000 a month, so you laugh at what's happening right now. See, that's what goals do for you. It unleashes your power. It unleashes your power. Goals give you a sense of direction. It gives you a sense of directions. Goals actually reveal. It will become clear as day to you who your friends are and who your enemies are. Now, some of us don't really get that. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine, and he was telling me, he was sharing with me about Peter and Judas, and how Jesus called Judas a friend and called Peter Satan. And because a friend is someone who is going to push you towards your destiny. An enemy is someone who's going to try to pull you away from your purpose, why you were put on this earth, what makes you tick, what makes you go. Goals will actually reveal who your friends and your enemies are. Goals will reveal what you're passionate about, because what you're passionate about, you'll be vigorous. You'll have energy. You'll put the work. You'll labor. That's when you know it's a goal. Goals will actually reveal to you what you hate, what you have a disdain for. There's certain things I do not like. I hate them because of the goals that I have for my life. Okay? And sometimes we hear, don't announce your goals. You hear that? But I will tell you this. When your goals are announced, it gives your friends a chance to celebrate you. When you've got a goal to get to $10,000 a month, and you actually say it, I am earning $10,000 a month, you've got to pay attention to who's around you when you say that. Pay attention to the thoughts that they have. You can feel those thoughts. Are they celebrating you, or are they thinking, who do you think you are? You're not qualified. Who do you think you are to think you're going to get the $10,000 a month? Okay. Goals are the path to your purpose. These are all the things that goals do for you. Okay? They're critical to your success. Okay? It's my favorite one right here. Goals are your only exit from your past. The only exit from your past is what you're thinking about, your goal. Okay? And what you've got to do is you've got to make your goals, and that's what we're really going to touch on tomorrow. You've got to make your goals so big. I'm going to give you step by step what you need to do to make your goals so big that yesterday dies. That what happened yesterday doesn't matter. Okay? I'm going to show you step by step what you've got to do to make that happen. But tonight, your number one assignment, before you get back on the call with me tomorrow, is you've got to really, really look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this really a goal? Or is this something that I've seen in someone else's life that I think I want for my life? And if that's the case, that's fine. But if it is a goal, I'm telling you that a goal requires ambition and it requires effort. It requires a vigorous, energetic person. It requires confidence. It requires having and showing a strong desire. It requires it. You can't get around it. It is a must. It is a must. Let me give you the steps that we're going to talk about tomorrow so you can kind of get prepared. There are 6 specific steps that you must take if you're going to accomplish the goal. And we're just starting out. There are going to be many, many, many goals over the years. Millions of goals that people will accomplish through these trainings, through these courses that we're going to be putting out. Millions of people and over 1 billion people will be impacted through the series of information that's going to be shared. And it just won't be conference calls. There will be courses. There will be live events that will be taking place that millions of people all around the world will get to be a part of. But I want to get you prepared for tomorrow. Your assignment is to look in the mirror and ask yourself, the goal that you wrote down, is it really a goal? And I gave you what's required for it to be a goal. And you're going to start on that process of really understanding that I've got to have ambition. And what's ambition? I've got to be showing, I got to have it, and I've got to show a strong desire and determination. I've got to be forceful. I've got to be enthusiastic. I've got to be energetic. I've got to be vigorous in everything that I'm doing if this is a goal of me getting to $10,000 a month. Write these 6 steps down. We're going to go through them step by step, and I'm going to show you how to make the goal an obsession. And on the third day, I'm going to share with you how you will know that the goal is right around the corner. And that's when you know to start celebrating. Step number 1, I want you to write the goal. Step number 1 is write the goal. We've already done that. I want you to get an index card, and I want you to write the goal on that index card. I'll share with you what to say on that index card. Number 2, I want you to put a date of completion of when you're going to get to that goal, when that goal is going to be accomplished. That's number 2. Number 3, I want you to list the obstacles that are going to come your way, because I can tell you this, another thing goals do for you. Goals open up doors of challenges that you must walk through, you must run through to get to where it is that you want to go. List the obstacles, the challenges that will come your way that will try to stop you. And challenges are amazing. If you spell the word challenge, take the first 3 letters, the last 3 letters, it spells change. So don't worry when a challenge comes up. Number 4, identify the people. Identify the people. Two sets of people. Number 1, who's already done it? Who's already done it? Don't try to reinvent the wheel. What you want to accomplish, someone has already done it. Identify who that person is. And number 2, identify who you're going to help. Identify who you're going to help accomplish their goals, accomplish their purpose, which in line will allow you to accomplish your goals. There's no greater gift, guys. There's no greater gift sitting down with somebody and hearing what it is that they want to accomplish in their lives and saying, how can I play a role? How can I be of service to help you accomplish your goal? Whether it has anything to do with my purpose or not, but because it's your purpose, sitting down with that person saying, what can I do to help? Number 5 is you're going to plan the work. Whatever industry that you're in, whatever company that you're in, That's why it's important for you to identify who's already done it so you can plan the work with that person. And then number 6, which we're really going to touch on, it's what's in it for me. What's in it for you when you get to $10,000 a month? What is that going to mean for you and your family? I want you to write that down detailed. And we're going to cover these 6 steps tomorrow. And I can't wait for that third day because you guys are going to know, wow, that's how I know the goal is around the corner. Okay.